Congratulations. Can you just can you talk about what it really felt like to finally get back in there after so long? I mean, 3.5 years is a long time away.
그 오랫동안 공백하고 나서 드디어 다시 컴백하니까 기분은 어떠세요?
일단 너무 좋고 그 긴 시간 동안 내 옆에 있어준 사람들이 많이 생각납니다.
First of all, it feels really, really good, and I wanted to really thank all of the people who stood by me in that long time off.
Did he have any kind of way that he expected this fight to play out? I mean, or could he possibly have expected he could get a first round knockout? I mean, it would seem realistic that he would want to feel his way through things and maybe get into the second round and see what could happen after that.
이게 원래 머릿속으로 지은 거 있었나요? 뭐 이렇게 이기는 건 뭐 하지 못했을 것 같은데 원래 어떻게 될 거라고 생각했어요.
약간 이제 시합하는 마인드를 조금 바꾼 게 5라운드 판정으로 무조건 이긴다고 생각하고 있었고 그 안에 너가웃이나 서브미션이 나오면 뭐 그냥 기쁘게 받아들이자 이런 마인드로 시합했어요.
I've changed the way I think a little bit about the fighting, and so I actually was expecting and planning for a 5-round decision. But I thought, if I can catch the knockout or a submission, then even better.
Was there anything that Dennis did? I know the knockout came pretty early in the fight, but was there anything that happened in that first couple minutes that let him see that there might be an opening quicker than he could have expected?
혹시 데니스 버뮤드 선수에 대해서 그 첫 뭐 몇 분밖에 안 됐는데요. 그 동작이나 기술에 대해서 뭐 좀 빈틈이 보였나요?
일단 레슬링으로 나올 걸 알고 있었고 레슬링 쪽으로 연습을 많이 했기 때문에 안 당한 거라고 생각은 하고 있어요. 뭐 특별히 그런 건 없어요. 생각했던 대로 왔던 것 같아요.
No, not really. I knew that he was going to come out and push me with his wrestling, and that is exactly what happened. But for as long as the fight went, it was about what I expected.
3.5 years, as we said, very long time. Was there any point in that time when he thought to himself, you know what, this is such a long time that I'm going to have to be out, that I know I'm going to have to be out. Maybe I never will make it back to the UFC, or was it always in his head that this is no problem, I will make it back?
그 3년 반을 공백했는데 혹시 그동안 좀 자신을 의심했던 시기 있었나요? 혹시 뭐 이거 너무 길다, 이젠 뭐 UFC 포기해야 되겠다, 뭐 이런 생각이 있었어요? 아니면 계속 자신 있게 본인을 믿고 있었어요?
나도 사람인지라 내가 이런 뭐 시대를 따라갈 수 있을까, 기술들을 따라갈 수 있을까 이런 생각 많이 했어요. 네, 눈물 날 것 같아요 지금.
Yeah, I'm human too, and so there were times when I thought, can I keep up with the game? Can I keep developing my techniques? And sure, that's what I thought, and now I kind of feel like I'm about to cry.
Well, congrats again on the big win. I mean, that was huge, and I don't think a lot of people expected it because 3.5 years is such a long time. But with a high-profile win like this in a main event against a guy who is, had a couple down spots lately, but has mostly been up in the last few years, is this a win that he feels like gets him right back in that title conversation immediately now that he's back?
아마 많은 사람들이 이런 결과를 예상하지 못했을 것 같은데, 근데 이렇게 큰 무대에서 그 메인 이벤트로 강한 상대를 이겼으니까 이제 다시 뭐 챔피언 컨텐더 됐다고 생각해요?
항상 챔피언이 목표고 이번 경기로 그랬으면 좋겠습니다.
Yeah, I always my goal is always to be the champion, and I think that this fight has put me back in the game.
UFC가 원래 홈 이제 선수들에게 특히 치어링이 강한데 외국인이고 3년 만에 복귀전을 가짐에도 버뮤데즈 선수보다도 더 큰 환호를 받았습니다. 그 이유가 뭐라고 생각하시는지, 그리고 코리안 좀비의 복귀를 기다렸고 축하해준 휴스턴 도민들에게 한 말씀 부탁드립니다. So there are
Yeah. So the question, two questions actually. The first question was usually when a foreign fighter fights in America, he's kind of like the away team. They get booed a lot and things like that. But in this particular fight, he was actually getting more of the cheers. Bermudez was getting more of the boos. So how did that feel? And 두 번째 뭐였죠?
휴스턴 도민 여러분 많이 오셨는데
네.
한마디 응원의 한마디.
And also, a lot of people from Houston came out to see the show. Is there anything he'd like to say to the people of Houston?
질문 첫 번째가 뭐였죠? 첫 번째가
첫 번째 질문은
뭐 항상 건방진 말일 수 있지만 항상 뭐 그랬었기 때문에 근데 그게 더 부담이 많이 돼요. 제가 그런 환호가 더 많은 게 부담이 좀 많이 되고 근데 최대한 신경 안 쓰려고 노력을 했고 그리고 제가 좀 한인분들이 미리 만약 연락이 됐으면 휴스턴에서 준비를 할 수 있었는데 일단 그게 안 돼서 조금 아쉽고 다음번에 휴스턴에서 시합할 수 있는 기회가 오면 다음에는 휴스턴 한인분들의 도움 받고 싶습니다. 응원 와주셔서 감사합니다.
Okay. So the first answer to the first question was that he doesn't want to sound conceited, but that actually happens quite a bit in his fights where he gets cheered a lot, and it's even in America, and it's actually a little bit of a burden to him. He feels a little bit of pressure because of that, but of course he appreciates it. And also for the fans here in Houston, in particular the Korean community here in Houston, if we had more time to come and prepare in Houston and participate some with the community here, it would have been great. But if I ever get an opportunity again to come back and fight in Houston, I'd like to spend some more time before the fight, and hopefully the Korean American community will support him.
You mentioned something very political after the fight. Would you please tell me more about that? So 굉장히 정치적인 발언을 하셨는데 그 부분에 대해서 조금 더 설명을 해주실 수 있을까요?
그냥 뭐 작년 한 해 그런 정치에 관심이 없었던 대한민국 사람은 없잖아요. 그냥 좀 제가 할 말이 아니었을 수도 있는데 그냥 촛불을 든다는 생각으로 했습니다.
For the past year or so, it's been a very tumultuous time politically in Korea, and so it's been very hard on the citizens of Korea. And I don't want to sound like maybe it's a little bit conceited for me to even talk about politics, but I just feel like it's sort of like my way of participating in the candlelight vigils that have been going on so often in Korea.
Can you describe what you were feeling as you were making your entrance? Whether there was relief, excitement, what was going through your mind?
등장했을 때 기분이 어땠어요? 좀 긴장됐어요? 아니면 좀 조금 시원한 느낌이었어요? 어떤 거였어요?
너무 오랜만이라서 너무너무 기뻤는데 근데 옛날에 그렇게 기뻐하다가 시합을 망친 적이 한 번 있어서 최대한 안 기뻐하려고 노력했어요.
I was really happy, really excited to be walking in, but then I remembered that the last time that I got really excited about walking in, I got knocked out. But I came out and did my best.
Thank you.